Gavin White has won his race to be fit in time for the final. He's a crucial part of the Kerry defence, but with his pace he gives them something different going forward. Their defence has conceded just 1 goal in the championship, with Tadhg Morley, the man who makes the whole thing tick. Kerry have 12 survivors in their panel from their last championship meeting with Galway in 18, and one of those is David Moran, who's had a great year. The full forward line is led by the incredible David Clifford, who was sensational in the first half against Dublin. It's as you were for the Connacht champions, who have just 5 players remaining in their 26 from that win over Kerry in the Super 8s. Sean Kelly is the captain and the leader, and a player who has excelled in 2022. His direct opponent will be one of the key matchups in this game. There's loads of skill and plenty of height with Patrick Kelly and Matthew Tierney in the half-forward line, and when you go further forward, you come across the combined talents of Rob Finnerty, Shane Walsh and Damien Comer. If they click, Galway will be hard to stop. So here we go, the Kingdom against the Tribe for Sam Maguire 2022. The game is on, and David Moran had the ball, then lost it, and we've got a free inside a couple of seconds, and it's a free for Kerry.
Paul Conroy touched it on the ground.
That's David Moran, he's launching it in long, they're kicking already, Gleeson was out after it, Gainey was furthest forward, that is out for a 45, is it? Who did it come off? Yes, a 45.
He seems to be indicating free. So maybe there was something late.
So look where the referee was playing an advantage, yeah? So it's not a 45, it's a free for Seanie O'Shea. Remember that free from a couple of weeks ago. The 24-year-old is the Kerry captain on the field. And this one, judging by the one he kicked in the semi-final, is much closer in. Oh, and he's missed it. He has missed it. And for a free taker, that's not a good start. Dylan McHugh gives it back to Patrick Kelly. Oh, Kelly spots the run. Here comes Liam Silk. We thought he'd be marking down at the other end. Liam Silk, there was a very important touch on that, which put it out. That will be a 45. Well, that certainly was something different. We thought he might have even been marking David Clifford, but Liam Silk attacking, driving forward. They've got a 45 out of it. Shane Walsh time.
Yeah, don't lose sight either, Dara, that it was Sean O'Shea. That's who he's marking. That's who tracked him. So good tracking there. And it was him that got the hand in for the flick. I'm pretty sure, yes, it was.
Yeah. So now Shane Walsh. Well, wasn't it the Mayo game in Castlebar? He was putting these over for fun from even further out, and doesn't even seem to kick the ball that hard. That is a spectacular shot. Looking down at Shane Ryan's goal. So here is Shane Walsh. That wind is getting stronger. It's really difficult to judge, but we reckon it's helping. Walsh just chips it in, and Walsh has put that over, and there's the first point of the 2022 All-Ireland final. Galway lead in the 5th minute.
Well, it was running out of gas. The kick was. He just made it. That swirling breeze certainly wasn't helping, and it just clipped the crossbar on the left-hand side. Both umpires nod. Opening score.
Galway trying to pick their way through this Kerry defence. Patrick Kelly, they come back out the field. Matthew Tierney. They have developed great patience over the course of this championship run, Galway. Now they go in low. That was Finnerty. Comer couldn't hang on. Galway will still have it. Foley was behind him. That's going to be some race in terms of pace. There's John Daly. What a fantastic pass to Johnny Heaney. Heaney's in. Oh, brilliant block. Wonderful block. It's gone for the point, though. It could so easily have been a goal. But there's one of those world-class passes from John Daly. He's done it all year. Galway could have been in for a goal.
Yeah, I think it's Stephen O'Brien. Yeah, he throws himself goal. That's what you do on All-Ireland final day.
This is not going according to most people's scripts in the build-up. All the hundreds of hours of broadcasting, podcasting, all sorts of stuff. There's Clifford with a brilliant catch and a wonderful mark. And my word, Kerry needed that. A moment of brilliance from the Fossa man. And this is going to be the first point. Yeah, just tapped over by David Clifford. They needed a big moment just to calm it down.
Oh, that's superb. Kelly right beside him, but he just is too good on that high one.
John Daly. Oh, there's some space there. Clifford couldn't get near him. Daly will fill it. Still going. There's the foot pass in. Here's Shane Walsh. Walsh with the shot, and Walsh with the score. The Galway crowd on Hill 16 roaring that one over. He got out in front. The Kerry defence just not tight enough. Galway 3, Kerry 1, 10 minutes in.
And that's what you don't want from a Kerry perspective now, is Shane Walsh to come alive and catch fire, because he is accurate and he is streaky and he'd go for it.
Paul Gainey Jack Barry. Gainey again. The Dingle man. Just pops it up for bringing up Yogluk. There's a little bit of space here. Here's Jason Foley up from fullback. They want to get the ball to the shooters, and Jason Foley is not one of them. That's wide. 4 of them now. So Gleeson's got the ball back in play already. Targeted Patrick Kelly. There he is, a kick-out time. Brilliant from Kelly. White is behind it. Rob Finnerty was screaming for it. Again, they just punt it in. Oh, and that referee gives a free in. Shane Walsh is showing brilliantly for the ball. Lovely little nudge pass from Rob Finnerty. Free into Galway. Has to be a point. They'll stretch it out to 4-1.
Yeah, I think it's David Moran's intervention by the foot, and he trips over him, and the referee calls it immediately. Just here. Well, it's actually his shoulder. I think he slips into the tackle, actually.
Yeah, he was unfortunate,
yeah,
David,
unfortunate,
was he?
has to be said, yeah. But the free in nonetheless.
Shane Walsh, there you go, right over the black spot. He's got 3. It's 4-1. Kerry patience required. Toddy Clifford. It is a big challenge to get through. They need something different. There's Graham O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan pops it up to Stephen O'Brien. And Graham O'Sullivan is still available. O'Brien spots a gap. Just that injection of pace. Now Paul Gainey. Another wide. Another one. That is 5 of them. And Kerry are not firing up front, which is a big surprise at this stage.
Well, I count that as 2 for Paul Gainey as well. I'm sure we'll check it, but he's had a 4 semi-final. I was watching him in particular. I was expecting something big from him in the first quarter.
While you were watching that, there was a beautiful kick out to John Daly, racing onto the ball, secured with the minimum of fuss. Here's Shane Walsh. 2 Kerry men around him. Walsh having a go. Oh, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. He's on it today. That's great news for Galway. It could be very bad news for Kerry, but Shane Walsh is on fire early on. So are Galway. 5-2. Kerry, with sheer weight and numbers, get their hands on the ball. Bringing up Yogliuk. That's Stephen O'Brien now. O'Brien to Gavin White. David Clifford deeper out. Sean Kelly not close enough to him, and Clifford has scored from play. Kerry's first point from play from David Clifford, and he wants them to lift it. They're a point behind.
Well, I think it's fair to say now this is the Clifford Walsh show so far. 2 of the finest players in the country.
Jack Barry. Nice take from Stephen O'Brien. Head down, then the head up, and O'Brien gets to the edge of the D and shoots and scores. That's where they want to be. Galway, well, their defensive system didn't work that well. 5-all. Nothing to see here from a Kerry point of view in terms of panic. Galway at the moment with just 1 sweeper in position. Daly working hard to get back. They launch it in long. He soars again through the sky. David Clifford, second brilliant mark, and you know what's coming next.
Oh, the Eagle has landed again. He just took off, soared as that ball was coming in. He was the first one to notice that it was a little bit short, and he has it over the bar before I can even finish the sentence. He's flying it.
Literally. Well, no sweeper, front, behind, sideways can do anything about that. Brilliant catch. Galway will be patient. They've developed that patience, just waiting for the right moment. Here's Jack Glynn, the 21-year-old. Glynn runs into traffic, got the shot away. Jack Glynn, what a score from young Jack Glynn, the under-20 All-Ireland winning captain from 2 years ago. He seemed to have run into trouble. He kept going. 7-6 Galway. Kerry have 2 players there waiting at the drop zone, but Killian McDade was there too. McDade moves it forward to Rob Finnerty. Galway surging forward. Kerry scrambling defenders back. Here's Killian McDade, and McDade slots it over. All from their own kick out. Patrick Kelly over there. Killian McDade has done a lot of work off the ball. Brilliant in the quarter-final and the semi-final. He's arrived now. That was super from Patrick Kelly. Gavin White and Shawnee O'Shea. Toddy Clifford. Graham O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan spots a little bit of a gap, and now it's Diarmuid O'Connor with a bigger gap. O'Connor through for Kerry, and that is more like it. The Galway defence didn't look particularly steady there. Graham O'Sullivan did something different. O'Connor with the point, 9 each.
Yeah, it's a classy point. And this game, This game is just so alive. It could swing or bounce or explode in any direction.
Shane Walsh, deeper. Comer's in again at full forward. Morley sits in front. Shane Walsh, jersey pulled back a couple of times by Tom O'Sullivan. Advantage been played. Walsh doesn't need to go back for the free. Again, he continues his red-hot first half form. Adrian Spillane blocked down off Jack Glynn. And Adrian's still going. He's the older of the two. Not by much, though. They're both still in their footballing prime. Here's Graham O'Sullivan. He's only 24. That's a brilliant ball. Galway looked open. Was there a foul in there? Clifford! Tawny Clifford this time with Jack Glynn. He's got the point. Level for the 5th time. 10 each. This is boiling nicely.
Well, the first contact is very close to being a foul. Brilliant ball by Graham O'Sullivan. Let's see it there. There's a tangle. He's going for goal, I think, there, Darren. Yeah. Just rises a bit. And he's in the game now. And Kerry badly need Paddy to get his shooting boots and his movement up to the standard they expect of him.
Kerry haven't been in front in this All-Ireland final. Is now the moment for them to strike. They look a different proposition. The two substitutions have given them a boost. Here's Shawnee O'Shea. We go back to David Clifford from 40 out. David Clifford, there's the lead for Kerry for the first time in the All-Ireland final in the 42nd minute. He punches the air. It feels different. They're playing much better.
Well, look, we're a long time looking at these finals, Dara, and I've just never seen anything like this from Clifford. He's jumped for joy, and he's trying to get a Kerry support, and now we hear it, because they're in front for the first time.
Here's Killian McDade. Paddy Clifford is down injured, out of picture at the moment, so we'll follow the ball, follow the play. Jack Glynn is still marking him even while he's down receiving treatment. Here's Damien Comer. Comer spins away from Foley, turns back into traffic. John Daly a long way from home. Here's Killian McDade, must score and does score for Galway. They had several bites at the cherry there. The Kerry lead lasted about 45 seconds, 11-all.
That's a cracker. The second half has opened up very much like the first, and there's an expectation that this is going to go down to the wire because these teams are matched up so well.
Shane Walsh just glides over the ground. Walsh, this is difficult. This is very difficult. But you know what? It's absolutely brilliant. It is a sensational score from a sensational player. At one end, we've Shane Walsh. The other end, we've David Clifford. Take a bow, Shane Walsh. It's Jack Barry. Dermot O'Connor already at a big play in this second half. Killian Spillane. That's the job, and that is a fabulous score.
The accuracy levels are off the chart, the nerve and the skill to slide it over on the hillside.
Level 7 times. Finian O'Leigh is going to come in for Galway. He's been their first sub. Pádraig Joyce doesn't lean too heavily on the bench. He will in the last few minutes if things are going Galway's way. Rob Finnerty just shovels it off to Paul Conroy. Conroy has Shawnee O'Shea there with him. Conroy spins back around. That's very difficult. And it's also going to be kept in play. Brilliant by Johnny Heaney. That was different. Here's Liam Silk. They work it out the field. Kieran Malloy from Corofin, and Malloy scores for Galway. What a game this is. What an absolute cracking All-Ireland final. 13-12, Finian O'Leigh is in, 47th minute.
Well, I couldn't pick out the Kerry defender that fell asleep, and the ball is recycled out to Kieran Malloy, and the accuracy again that I've been talking about is just unreal.
Paddy Clifford is back on. They've stopped the nosebleed. Shane Ryan, it's another boomer, but Dylan McHugh gets on with it quickly. He was going to take the mark. Killian McDade. Kerry look open. McDade steadies down. McDade from 35 away. It's a brilliant score again from Killian McDade. It's turning into a shootout. They've opened up a 2-point lead. Twice in the first half they led by 3. Galway 14, Kerry 12. Stephen O'Brien. Kerry showed great resilience in the Dublin match. Remember how they were pushed back. This is Graham O'Sullivan. Now that could turn out. Gleeson is a long way from home. Here's Spillane. He goes down. Referee's going to give a free in. Conor Gleeson. Maybe a rush of blood to the head. Well, he'll tell you, I've stopped the ball going into the back of the net. The free, maybe, and a point, a small price to pay.
Well, there might be another price. Let's have a look.
Deliberate pull down. The hands are on him there for a bit. Killian Spillane. Oh,
well, it's in the territory, isn't it? And I think he will have a chat with him. Yeah, he will. It's black card, but he's leaving it, is he?
Okay. Yeah.
He is.
A big moment. Seanie O'Shea pops over the free. Conor Gleeson is fortunate.
Well, I think he made a bad decision initially anyway. He had no business coming out on that particular ball. And Kerry did very, very well. Young Spillane got on top of it, but that certainly looked odd. That's black card, I think.
Jack Barry. Again, he seems to have been around years. He's only 27. Brian O'Biogliuc. Runners off the shoulder. It's Graham O'Sullivan. This is what they do so well. That's how you beat a crowded, clustered defence. We're level for the 8th time.
And Graham O'Sullivan has thundered into this second half, Dara. He's coming off shoulders, he's making himself available, he's busy, he's accurate, and he's got the leveller.
Paddy Clifford. Galway have their 2 sweepers. That's John Daly coming out, and that's going to be a free in. There was a jersey pull there. They can go in front for the 2nd time with this free. David Clifford. Yeah. Done it again. So that's the lead for the 2nd time in the match. 15 points to 14. Micheál Burns is going to come in for Kerry. Here's Paddy Clifford. They lead by a point in the All-Ireland final. You can double that now. 2 clear, Paddy Clifford. 56th minute, 4 points without reply.
That's a gorgeous point, and lovely curler with the kit though.
Yeah, and as the underdogs, this is where Galway said they wanted to be, a point behind within touching distance inside the last 10 minutes. Here's Patrick Kelly, massive take from Damien Comer, wasn't it? Here he is again. Comer can pop it in, and does so to Killian McDade. McDade scored there, level. Brilliant football. 4 for Killian McDade. 2 in a row.
Well, look at Comer. Oh, wow, what a jump. Gets in front of Graham O'Sullivan. And McDade is 4th from midfield in All-Ireland final, 4 from play.
Here we go, and this is Paul Murphy. Remember his pass laid on to win the free. Damien Comer won't let him by. Massive turnover from Damien Comer. Murphy came back at him. There's no foul. It's just going one way, then the other. Finian O'Leary picks it up for Galway. Slip from John Daly. Killian Spillane there with him, and the referee has given a free in to Kerry. A free in to Kerry against John Daly.
Bird holding the hand, the defender looking for the hand. Now let's see, did he? Probably yes, he is. See it wrapping up there. Referee, absolutely outstanding call by Sean Herson. We see it so often, but refs sometimes don't have the nerve to call it.
David Clifford been told to move back by the linesman. This is tricky, but we know that left boot he's got. It's a magic wand. And David Clifford is converted. Another magic trick, another incredible score from an astonishing player. Kerry 17, Galway 16. Kerry leading by a point. I think I read that their 1-point win over Dublin was only their 6th by the bare minimum in the championship since 1960. Doesn't happen that often. Killian Spillane heading towards the end line. Spillane goes for glory, goes for the point of the fist, and Kerry lead by 2 in the last minute of normal time. Some people don't like those type of points with the fist. If you're from Kerry, you care not a jot. They lead by 2. Seanie O'Shea is the captain on the field, and here is the man. O'Shea in around the back to Gavin White. This could seal it. White goes again with the fist, and they lead by 3. And is that the winning line? Is that the home straight navigated for Kerry? Galway need a goal.
Well, a terrific pass by Sean O'Shea over the defence, and Gavin White took it at full stretch, and he did the wise move. No need to be a hero, going for the goal.
Burns pops it in towards Seanie O'Shea. He turns and faces towards goal. Gleeson has come out a long way from home. They can really seal it now, and Gleeson's given away the free, and that could be as good as a point now at this stage. Kerry supporters around us punching the air, celebrating, because they can take their time over this, whether it goes over or not. With the time, well, if it does go over, that's 2 scores between them. So this should put it beyond doubt. You never say never. Here's Seanie O'Shea, and there is the point. That puts them 4 clear. David Clifford, he's been talked about, I'm sure, since he was in his early teens, about this incredible talent, and now he gets his hand on an All-Ireland senior medal. Kerry have got the keys to the kingdom back. They are All-Ireland champions for the 38th time. Jack O'Connor and his management team have done it again. Kerry back at the top of the mountain. They're the champions. Kerry 20 points, Galway 16. Well, 8 years for Kerry without the All-Ireland. It's their 3rd longest spell without Sam Maguire. Joe O'Connor and Seanie O'Shea are there. Seanie O'Shea will raise the Sam along with Joe to the sky, because Kerry are All-Ireland senior football champions for the 38th time.